We have a rock star, ladies and gentlemen. We have a legend. We have one of the coolest people in the state of New Jersey, and in fact, around the entire United States. One of my favorite people I've ever gotten to know in college. And this is literally one of my favorite guests already. And I'm so happy he's here to join us. Matt DeMatteo, welcome to the Productive Conversations podcast. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How are we doing, bro?
Doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be on.
Oh man, we are all glad to have you. I can see the smiles on people's faces right now when we launch on Monday, on this Monday. And like I said, this is just really exciting. So before we get into the fun and everything, tell me what you've been up to. How's everything? How's the fam? How's the friends? How's life treating you as this world's getting back to normal?
Yeah, it's been all right. I've been working constantly throughout the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I moved out of my home. I'm becoming an adult slowly
Look
but
at
surely.
that.
Got more bills to pay, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to try to see people, it's been hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very hard. But the moments that we can get together, it's been good. And hopefully sooner than later, we'll be able to see more of each other and see everybody else and everything like that. It's been a shame, man.
You said it perfectly, man. And that's what's great now. Weather's getting nice again. Everyone's having a good time. And we'll make it happen. And where are you living nowadays?
So I used to live over in Paramus in Jersey. I
Mm-hmm.
just moved about 2 towns over. We're in River Edge, not too far from home, but got myself an apartment with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And we've just been rocking and rolling. Actually, a lease is about to go up, so we're trying to find someplace nicer.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe with the porcelain floors, the nice golden toilets. Something real
Hey, it's
cabinets nice.
time.
You know.
Where are you thinking? Where are you thinking? Stay in Bergen County? You want to see what else is out there in Jersey? You want to go to other
There's
states? You want to go
yeah.
to another country? What you thinking?
Well, another country would be nice. Nice little Italy. Hanging
Yeah,
out.
right.
Uh, but we've been talking about a couple of different things, man. Sometime maybe go back up to Boston or Massachusetts, go
Oh
down to
yeah.
Florida. Some nice weather. Get away from like all the craziness over here that's been going on in Jersey, and just change pace maybe. But for now, locally we're looking like a couple towns over, and if we go anywhere far, if we're going to Florida, I'm gonna have to, get a little bit of a tan going on, start working out a little bit more because you're gonna be hanging out on the beach, and I don't look too good
Yeah.
right now. I gotta look a little bit better.
Well, I believe in you. I got your support for that glow, but we're all just happy to have your presence, Matt. And I've been hanging out in Jersey City a lot, and we should
Oh,
all reunite. And I'm definitely will be in touch with that. Before you go especially if you're going down south, I gotta catch you before that happens. But that'll be great, as you said, as this world's getting back to normal.
dude, Jersey City. I was just actually over there last Saturday.
Look at that. See, isn't Jersey City the place? Isn't it something else?
It's the place to be, man.
I mean, the views are insane. I mean, I understand. It's funny. I understand there's some not so nice areas, but once you get through it, it's like an adventure maze. You get through the hard part, then you get to see Manhattan. I think there's no there's no bad vibes against the bad parts, but we just appreciate what we have here. And as you said, like the world getting back to normal, man. How are you getting ready for this? Are you if you don't mind me asking, are you vaccinated? Are you not into the vaccinations? Are you just as this world is getting back to normal, how have you been adjusting to the new times ahead?
Yep, I got vaccinated. I got to look at my card, but last in February, like middle of February, and I got my second one in March.
Oh,
First
okay,
one,
cool.
little loopy, I think it's because I didn't eat nothing or anything like that. But the second one, no problems. I know it made us a lot more comfortable. My family's got it, so that made me more comfortable.
Definitely.
Everyone's got to be safe. But I'm always masked up, especially at work. I don't have a problem wearing that thing because I've been wearing it for basically a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And breathing my own face. I don't. It's whatever. It's I'm used to it.
Right. Yeah, I've also vaccinated. I finished my second dose just about, I think actually today's my 10th day, so I guess technically fully vaccinated.
Nice.
And same thing. The first shot, my arm was pretty sore for a week, but I didn't feel any symptoms. Then the second one, I did feel a little lousy it was weird. On Saturday morning, I got it on a Saturday morning. By Saturday night, I was just really tired. That was really it. No sweats or flu-like symptoms, just very tired. And then I woke up tired. But then after just hydrating some more and eating, I was ready to go. And I've never been more appreciative of fresh air now.
Oh, exactly. No, that's the thing. I think I've been telling everybody who's been going to get, make sure you eat, make sure you got something to drink, because you're gonna start to feel loopy. You're gonna get a little scared that it's doing something to you, but make sure you're good. You know, you go get it,
Absolutely.
nice little shot, and then you'll be on your way, and you'll be freedom. Yeah.
Freedom. That's the big word right there. You know what's crazy? And the day I got my vax, so like I said, leaving, it's 9 a.m. already. So all right, I'm gonna make it really worth it. I'm leaving at around 8:15 in the morning. I had to go to Bridgeport, Connecticut. So it was about 20 minutes from where I'm at in Norwalk. And my car breaks down. Literally dead. My car
Oh
breaks
my
down
God.
right in my neighborhood, at least. It wasn't too far. But honestly, it was really weird. So like I care more about getting the vaccine than my car, to be honest, because of how like the emphasis and the importance of getting it. So I called my mom and she scooped me, but I had to drive her back to work. And then I had to go down to Bridgeport while my car is still dead, just chilling there. And after I got my dose, I had my brother help get the tow truck in order. And yeah, the car was out for a week and I just got it back now. But it really just hit me now that I got the second dose and everything. But I'll always remember that was the first time a car ever broke down, got the claim. Shouts to Geico. Geico really does save you 50% or
Shout out to
more.
Geico, real quick. Shout out to Geico, 100%. I agree
Dude,
with you, man.
they turned about a $3,000 bill to a 300 deductible.
Oh my God.
I mean,
That guy knew what he was doing. That person knew what he was doing.
for real. I don't know who I gotta look for him and give him everything. I mean, I never felt in my life like my heart dropped. Like, how am I gonna get paid $3,000 to get this? But that's why we have insurance, and forever life's change on that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got your car back, man. Everyone nowadays, I mean, like, especially with everyone being back on the road, you don't want to be the one stuck in the dust. You got to walk everywhere, man.
Oh yeah, and I feel like a whole week without my car was pretty humbling, man.
Yeah.
Luckily, I saved lots of money, no gas for getting groceries and stuff, but it sucked. It really sucked, but I've never been more appreciative of the whip, and I gotta give it a car wash. That reminds me, but we're still rock and rolling, and I still was able to get the vax anyway. So what a time to be alive, man.
That's true, man. It's been so crazy out here. It's really, I mean, I can only imagine, everyone walking the streets. One person looks one way. They're like, are you trying to walk towards me? Oh God, I got to run away from you. Oh no, do I even know that you're this or that vaccinated and the other thing? Everyone's on edge, man. Everyone's just on edge.
I mean, that's what's it's really interesting, as you said, being on edge while we're getting the fresh air back. But hey, it's just nice to see making that push and finally get that herd immunity, and then we can reflect on this in a crazy time of history. I mean, just thinking about now explaining what happened with my kids someday. It's gonna be nuts.
It's be a nice story.
Indeed. You know, another thing, Matt, that's been really hitting the news lately. You talk about this world, and I'd love to hear your opinions on it. We've seen, or I should say, I should start with this. You believe in aliens?
Oh, for sure.
So you will hug you about it. And you've seen like lately all these reports about UFO sightings and the military like acknowledging we don't know what these things are. And I was wondering, Matt, these crazy UFOs. Do you think these are spacecrafts? Are we about to see a time where Independence Day is really about to happen and stuff? Or are you like, this is just another thing?
I don't know. There's been a lot of different stories over like years and years and years of obviously people claiming with, really gritty footage that they saw, this or that spacecraft, or they had like contact with some sort of like entity or something like that.
Right.
But if they're out there and they're trying to like come down and say what's up, if they can fly from planet to planet or whatever and without any problems, let's say they could do that. Let's say they're super chill. We can learn from these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come down, teach Elon how to put the wires together so we can fly to Mars. We get over to, we can colonize stuff. We can like warp to other areas. I mean, that's the main thing why I would wish if there is 100% confirmation that other aliens like exist, I would want that just based off of how much we can learn from these people. That would be so cool.
You make a great point there. You figure, wow, these creatures have great technology, like advanced technology, so good that they can actually communicate with us. That, assuming they are friendly and stuff like that, I'd figure
that's the main point, friendly. You know,
we're just worried that we just have to make sure that we are on the same page once and for all. And I mean, you mentioned one thing that I want to bring up, the gritty footage. I feel in this world, a 4K video with iPhones so advanced, you really can make all big time pictures with it. I just always wonder, how come with all these UFOs, we have this footage that looks like they're off of like 90s VHS tapes? That's just my only thing on it. Like, I am open-minded to it, especially if they are going to be friendly. You know, see, you could have proof that I was on your side, but I'm just find it funny how we have all this grainy footage and like this is the it moment. You know,
it's like someone's like, you know, grandfather or grandmother that can't get into like the future and they still have like the old, you know, a chocolate, like one of those old chocolates cell phones that people used to have, and they're just trying to take a video with their tiny little camera, exactly like an NV3, like trying to take a picture of like aliens and stuff like that. It's like, yo, everyone's got one of these, you know what I mean? Just take a nice resolution video of some sweet aliens. Like, I don't know.
Selfies right here.
Yeah. Just boarded the ship, you know?
Of all the sci-fi movies like that with us interacting with aliens, whether like Close Encounters or the Independence Day or Mars Attacks, War of the Worlds, maybe it isn't so bad. Maybe they're just chilling, or it'd just be funny if we actually have this moment where you see Biden talk with their leader. I'm just waiting for those images, the way it comes up.
Yeah, they come down on the craft like something out of Futurama. Get the ramp coming down. They shake each other's hands, give each other a couple medals, and then we're off to space. I mean, that would give you know what? That would give everyone's attention off of so much craziness over here that on Earth, and we would just be like, all right, not to the stars. You know what I mean?
At this point, going from this year and a half pandemic to aliens epidemic, everything really happens for a reason for our generation, huh, Matt?
I think so, man. You know, I feels like recently it in the past, you know, year or two, it just doesn't seem to stop. You know, there's something new around the corner.
Right? I mean, I really do wonder when it's like New Year's Eve, what the hell did we go through? I think about that like once a week as this year keeps going and going, but why don't we have fun with it, I guess.
100%. 100%.
So speaking of those myths with the aliens, I wanted to help you to help me debunk some science myths. I'm going to name some science myths. I want to say if you believe them or not. I want to hear if you believe them or not. Like, do you believe that like some of the great myths, science myths over, do you feel like bulls getting mad at the color red? Do you believe it's something like that?
No, didn't they say that that's not true?
Oh, did they officially confirm it?
I'm not sure. I thought it was just because they like didn't like. Oh, I don't know. I'm not 100% on that. I have no clue. Can bulls see color? I thought they were like.
I heard they're colorblind.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I thought they were colorblind, and they just didn't like the guy because he was dressed up weird. So he tried to just run at him or something like that, like waving the sheet. He gets mad. He knows he's antagonizing him, trying to attack him.
They're just always mad just because.
Just because. It's like, why am I in this circle with people shouting at me? And who's this guy in this weird outfit? I have to attack.
Do you believe in the myth that do you believe that we only use 10% of our brains?
No, I think I don't think that I believe that, because if that was the case, then I feel like there's got to be a way to unlock that other half, like some limitless type thing.
Hell yeah. I'm waiting for that. I've always low key felt if I had the opportunity to get that drug in some secret ass lab, I'm taking it.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many things that we could do with the limitless pill? We would be
Bro,
all over the place.
I learned how to fly to fight the aliens.
Exactly. Forget we don't even need the aliens at that point. We got limitless. That's it.
I just want to turn it to Super Saiyan, to be honest.
Yeah, you take the limitless pill, you just start screaming, your hair turns to yellow, you grow like 10 feet of hair.
Nobody's stopping me.
Oh,
Nobody.
no.
What? How about the myth that Twinkies have no expiration date?
I would like to believe that that is true. I think that that would be because at this point it's a nice myth. That's a genuine myth to be like, if the world ends, we at least will still be able to eat Twinkies.
Yeah, what was the one thing they said that Twinkies and cockroaches would last in a nuclear holocaust? I
Yeah,
think
I
you've
think
heard
so. Yeah.
that. Now, another
Cockroaches.
thing I want to debunk here, switch it from the science myths to conspiracy theories. Are you someone who's a conspiracy theory gentleman? Whether you, I'm not saying you don't have to go crazy about them, but are you open to the idea of hearing them out?
Of course. Of course.
What are like some conspiracy theories in general that like really make you say, wow, like really uh come to mind that really interests you?
There's this one, and I forget it's about an airport. I forget where the airport is.
Denver
Yeah,
International Airport.
that's the one that kind of blows me away a little bit. When you hear all the facts and the not the you know what I mean, but the departures and like there's not actually many people that like travel out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason that it was built is for like one thing or it could be used for another thing.
Yes,
That one really blows my mind.
and the people, for those who don't know, it's the Denver International Airport. They say that the Illuminati's headquarters is there, and there's like this big open area that nobody uses, and there have been stories of people just disappearing who go to that. I
Yeah, that's wacky, man.
I'm a,
I want to believe it because if that's the case, then that's one of the big ones I think. Besides politicians being reptiles, you know what I mean? Like that's a pretty big one.
how about the MK Ultra?
Yeah,
That's bizarre. And again, for those who don't know what that is, basically the U.S. government had pretty much had humans as guinea pigs to try out LSD and stuff like that.
the I isn't there also the one where it's about they wanted to use, I think it was like some type of bird to carry like bombs or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know this.
I think there's it's been a while since, because once you go into conspiracies you start watching more and more like in a row.
Oh
It's been a
yes.
while since I
The,
like kind of dabbled in conspiracies, but there's
the
like certain ones where they confirmed something about them trying to use birds as like basically something that carries like these small bombs, and they're going to use it. Obviously, everything has to be used against the Russians and stuff like that. That one, if I could remember it, it's pretty interesting. I just can't remember it right now.
you cannot make it up, man. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I mean, fuck it. If I'd be so I literally see these birds like explode and stuff. Why not at this point?
A pigeon just flying into a Russian embassy and just blowing up the whole thing.
you get the carrier pigeons and you think it's a an envelope and it's just like a rice and bomb and then boom,
Yes,
Breaking Bad
just
style.
open it up, a little powder in your face, and you just die.
Ah, fuck. I mean, what are we gonna do? Pat, one thing that about the Pats. You're a Patriots fan. Some people have accused the Patriots of whether it's Deflategate or some Fugazi stuff. Are you into those conspiracies, or are you offended as a fan of the Patriots?
I might have to plead the fifth on this one, Matt, because Billy has been accused of a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that have been confirmed about my boy Bill Belichick. But what I will say is that Patriots are going to be after it this season. My boy Mac is coming to town. He's going to show everyone what's good. Cam Newton, see you later. I'm over Cam Newton. My new boy is coming to town. He's going to be Tom Brady #2. I'm calling it right now.
Okay. Yeah, this is a great transition on this. So you feel that Mac Jones is the answer. He's going to be the great transition. Not exactly from Favre to Rodgers, because there's obviously Cam Newton in between, but right. You really believe that Mac Jones can be leading you guys back to the playoffs and mucho success?
I think that it's a good start to rebuild what that team once was. Because when we heard about Cam, everyone came up and was like, wow, you guys got it. Like, you guys got a nice elite quarterback. Cam is great. Cam's a great quarterback. He's a real athlete. But I don't think that I had a feeling. I was like, he's not going to work well in like the Bill Belichick Patriots kind of like attitude and the way that they run things. I mean, obviously I'm not a coach, exactly, the system. But I think that, I don't know, this guy, Jones, he could be kind of molded because he's not somebody who's been in the league for such a long time.
Yeah, right.
Compared to a guy like Cam Newton, who kind of has a certain way he carries himself, a certain attitude and things that kind of potentially almost caused his like downfall in the beginning. But no, I think it's going to be good. Obviously, they'll probably do a rotation here and there, but I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know.
I hear that. Now, I have to ask, Matt, as a big Patriot fan, what was it like seeing Tom Brady, literally the quarterback your entire life, go to the Bucs and win a Super Bowl there? Tell me your thoughts of that moment.
Honestly, not surprised. Just because he's the best. He's the best of all time. And also, they were just like, hey, it's basically like LeBron going to any team and saying, who do you want? Like, who do you want, LeBron? Who do you want, Tom, to be on your team?
Right.
He's like, give me A, B, C, D. We'll win a championship. And that's exactly what happened. They built the team around him,
It shows a formula that it really does work if you have the right minds and like someone talented enough. And Aaron Rodgers wishes he wants that treatment, where if he's gonna end up, do you think he's going to leave Green Bay, or you see him going to like a Raiders or the Broncos?
I don't know. For half a second, I thought he was gonna be the host of Jeopardy.
Or exactly, or the host of Jeopardy, which he was good. I liked him and got really great ratings too.
Yeah, hey, there will never be anyone who can fit those shoes. But if there's someone who could do it well, I guess Rodgers would be all right. But hey, if he feels like that's not his team anymore, like, he's been doing great. The guy's got a cannon. He's a vet. This guy, he knows.
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I would say, honestly, he's one of like the great quarterbacks that we've been watching for a while.
Definitely.
Sooner or later, certain guys just lose the feel. So if he wants to go somewhere else to try and get like maybe like a year or two left before he stops playing, which I don't think is the case, I don't know where he'd go. I haven't been really reading too much besides the fact that he's been just getting angry at the people that work with the organization.
Yeah, now you even see you're even saying now that I saw the GM of the Packers called him a diva today. So obviously it's getting awkward. So I guess someone has to go in a separate direction. But, back to the Patriots, though. You feel that Mac Jones is going to be the guy. Now, week 4, I think it's if you mind me looking up the date of that Patriots Bucs game, I believe it's week 4, the first week of October. Yeah, that game is, October 3rd. The Sunday night game. How's that game going to be for you, Matt? Is it going to be real emotional? Do you want to pound him? Do you want someone on the Patriots defense to say, this is what you get for leaving Brady. We don't want any injuries, of course, but
No, man, I don't want Brady to get hurt, man. I don't want anyone to fuck him up. Like, yeah, he's an icon. He's a staple
mhm.
of Patriots. And I feel like if any Pats fan wants to go out and say, let's fuck Tom Brady up, then they don't realize what he actually did for the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be fun to see. I think Tom would like to get hit by, one of his old teammates and just laugh it off. But no. I think that it's gonna be a rough game with any team this year, no matter what. All I want to see is that we don't lose to any of New York teams.
Mhm.
And if we lose to the Bucks, it's all right because that's how it has to be sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right. To be fair, too, you have to appreciate what he did for you, as you mentioned. Like, you can't have animosity, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I was in your position, it'd be tough. And there's been players I've seen on my teams go to other teams that I felt some type of way. But Tom Brady obviously is something else. And if you're a true Patriot fan, I think you forgive and you just let him, if you love something, you let him go, right?
Let it go.
So
Exactly. Let it
he'll
free.
come back. Yeah, I mean, he'll always be a Patriot. He'll eventually come back, and that's gonna be a fun game, man. That's a fun game, and you see your Patriots winning the AFC East again.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to say anything too crazy because I don't want to be like one of those guys that the Pats will always win. Pats will always win no matter
Yeah,
what.
right.
Got to work with what you got. We lost, some people. We gained a lot of fresh faces.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see any of my Patriots get hurt like the big names did, like Gronk, and you got Edelman, who's like,
Yeah.
if I get hit one more time, I'm dead. And like, you just gotta be careful. So, we'll see what happens. If the team, the system gets these fresh faces, they start doing well together, got nice chemistry. Cam slides out of the picture a little bit. We get Mac in there.
Right.
I think we'll have a fire squad.
Do you think Mac is going to be starting that game against Tom Brady? I think it'll be Cam. Too early.
I think it'll be Cam. Yeah. I think because you got to be careful with that. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it would be nice, see this. It would be nice to see that because like a prospect versus the legend. But I think if they really want to win the game, they'll probably do the safe thing and like stick to Cam just so they don't want to show everybody, oh yeah, I don't know if we like Cam anymore. We'll probably just throw him out. It's like a political move,
And it's going to be early in the season too. You definitely need to set a tone and have a hot start. And there's more games now, so there's an extra game this year. So gotta make the most of it. It is going to be a great NFL season. Look forward to. Matt, you're a big fan of the movies, the TV. What you been binging lately?
You know what I've been watching right now? I've been watching Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots.
It's
Talk
a bunch
to me about
of
that.
Animated, it's like they're about 15 to 20 minutes. Some of them are a little bit shorter than that. And it's a bunch of animators that have been putting together kind of short films, you could say. And every single one is very different from the one before. Some of them are a little futuristic. They show a lot of crazy stuff, pretty brutal. But some of these stories, man, let me tell you, they've been awesome. This one that we watched last night was incredible. Like, I literally couldn't tell you the last time where I sat down in the past year and just stared at my TV for 15 minutes, didn't look away because I was so interested in what I was watching. It was so well done. That's it's a big recommendation, 100%.
Oh, dude, I will check that out. I've been it's weird because obviously I love my movies and TV and fell even more in love during the pandemic. There was a time, Matt, like in March and April where we were really in quarantine. I'd watch like 5 movies a day, 2 episodes. I watched Breaking Bad in a week. Literally. Well, actually, yeah, I did watch it pretty much. I watched
that's pretty good binge. That is a pretty good binge, man.
Dude, you're bad. You're Breaking Bad fan. I could tell. You Better Call Saul fan.
I watched like 2 seasons of it, and you know what happens with me sometimes is like slowly transition out of things. It's not to say that I don't like certain things, but sometimes I'll like I'm on it and I'm about to click to watch another episode, and then I see something else that could interest me, and I just jump on it to see what it's like. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I really, really got to tell you, once you get I really suggest you get back on that binge whenever you can. At least next season is gonna be the final season of Better Call Saul, and everything's wrapping up to a huge mind fuck. And like, there's some major characters who come back in season 3, and I mean, you let me know that day you put back Better Call Saul on. But for Breaking Bad, though, tell me, Matt. And we're, by the way, at this portion, we're spoilers warning ahead for whatever we talk about here. When it comes to Breaking Bad, can you tell me who's your favorite character in it, hands down, or some of your favorite characters? Not have to be the absolute favorite, but like, who are some people you love?
Well, I like Tuco Salamanca just because I like his name. That's like the best name ever.
Tuco Salamanca.
I hate his wife with a passion.
Skyler.
I hate her with a passion, but
yeah,
I think she is one of the best actresses in that entire show because I hate her so much. She does a fantastic job. And there's, what's his name? The guy who's also, Saul's guy.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
He's a silent killer, man.
He's hilarious. So many great one-liners.
Awesome. He's so sick. He's a badass too. Like, how can everyone likes, Jesse, everyone likes those guys. You can't not like them. But I think those guys really stand out.
My two favorite lines from Mike in that, when he was like locked up, like at the beginning of season 5, when he was stuck after he got shot in the, like, helping Gus's people. He got shot and he had to stay back there, and he was feeding the chickens. And like, there was this one like loner chicken, and he wouldn't get all the food. He's like, guys, let Wendell eat. If Wendell can't eat, nobody eats. And then I was like, are you positive you won't hurt me? Wall asked Mike once. And he's like, I'm positive that I can shoot you right now. Come over here.
Yeah, I missed that show. I gotta rewatch it. I gotta rewatch a lot of things, man.
I've been pretty much rewatching. I like the big episodes pretty much.
Right,
I've been like lately been that and watch like the video essays with it. Do you have like a few favorite episodes or moments too?
What, just from Breaking Bad?
From Breaking Bad. Like, what are some with like, oh yeah, and again, spoilers warning everybody for this.
I think it's like, there's a lot of like really badass scenes in that show. I think like the ones, when Jesse's girlfriend, that whole like into drugs thing, and then they see the plane, the name of the plane, and like all that like those couple episodes I thought were awesome. Not specific scenes that were like, besides obviously the one where they showed the name of the plane and everything, not all tied together. Obviously when he's ringing the bell and he's sitting in the chair aggressively ringing the bell, and it explodes.
And then Gus is like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and then Tortuga, where his head is on the tortoise. That part, I like that part.
Bro, I love all those scenes mad deep, and Gus, best villain of all time.
Gus is incredible, man. He's a really good actor. That guy is a really
yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. Wait to check out some Better Call Saul, because he makes an appearance. Well, he gets really big. I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
We learn a lot more about Gus in Better Call Saul.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, Odenkirk, I think he's a fantastic actor. He's so good. Him and that guy, I don't know if you ever watched that show on HBO.
Mr. Show, just about to say that.
Mr. Show's great.
Most underrated show on HBO, period.
Oh, 100%.
Brilliant sketch comedy. He's out there. I saw Bob Odenkirk. Did you see that movie Nobody he was in?
I didn't see it, but I saw it. You know what I mean? I know it exists. I just didn't watch it.
I'm trying to see that really bad. Like, I think it's gonna be one of these streaming services soon. But Odenkirk, was in a lot of podcasts to promote that. So I was just binging them and going crazy and hearing about his backstories. And he's just one fascinating person. He used to be an SNL writer, and he actually was. He said himself he was kind of an asshole there, like he was being sarcastic and stuff. And he was there when it was like Farley, Sandler, Spade, and what he's evolved into as from Mr. Show to a lot of good random bit parts of movies and TV to a big action star, nobody, and Better Call Saul. He's someone I really root for.
Oh, me too. I mean, he was on. Little did I know, like when I was like growing up, that he was on a lot of the things that I watched, like
Yeah,
Tim and Eric show.
exactly.
He would do stuff like that, and all of a sudden I would see more and more of him, and I realized I was like, wait a minute, I've been watching this guy my whole life. Like this guy is awesome. He's one of my favorite dudes ever, and he plays such a funny role, like in everything that he does. He's so unique.
Dude, it's a great Bob Odenkirk cameo. And I know you'll appreciate this, Matt. He was in Entourage as Mark Cuban's business partner. I don't know if you remember. Like, if you after this podcast, like look up those scenes, you'll see him right there. Like he plays Mark Cuban's business partner. This is one of the biggest stars now. That's like if Leo hopped in there and just doing a bit part.
Dude, and that must have literally slipped my mind.
Yeah, right.
I would be when we were at Hartford, I would literally just put Entourage on or Sopranos on or anything on HBO, and I would just let it run throughout the night because HBO never stopped. It just kept doing episodes. Like you would go to sleep watching an episode, you'd wake up and you're watching an episode. It wouldn't stop overnight.
Great background shows. On.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Sopranos is more of like I'm definitely watching it because Entourage and Sopranos, I literally almost know everything from just watching those nonstop. Yeah. Fucking love Entourage, man.
Dude, Entourage. And like I said, even more now. And it's funny because there's that joke. Obviously lots of cameos. There's celebrities who play themselves and celebrities not famous enough to play themselves. And I guess no offense to Odenkirk, now you would obviously recognize him, but that was one of the cases. Or you could say he was just in that cameo. But tell me, what was your favorite Entourage cameo? Or one of your favorites?
I would say my favorite Entourage cameo is oh my god, there's so many to choose from. Besides he broke Tom Brady's club, besides that one, and when Drama's getting that rim job in the hot tub, because she's like a real housewife or whatever, that lady, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'd probably say literally one of the earlier episodes, like 50 Cent rolling up next to him in the car, and there's that meme that's from that episode. Mm-hmm. It's just him and just like him scoffing at the car and just driving away. That's probably one of my favorite ones.
I love the Eminem cameo when he beats up Vince.
Those are some dark episodes at the end.
Yeah,
I think that's like a repressed memory of like the last episode where Vinny Chase is like really just like down in the dumps and he's like just kind of messed up, man.
Dude, it's funny you mentioned that because I listened to creator Doug Ellen and Johnny Drama, Kevin Dillon has a podcast. Basically, they did like many people who make podcasts.
The
Victory podcast.
Right? Yeah.
And they said, yeah, we wrote those last two seasons dark because there was that stigma that everything works out for them. And I think it is fair to say that is the case, but it's nice they did switch it up. But hear this, one of the original ideas was to kill Vince in the series finale. I mean, literally kill him off.
Seriously?
Like he would relapse and then it would be done. I mean, that's too much. I mean, that's talking about make a splash, but you don't want that as a sour note for the rest of the
year. They wouldn't have been able to make the Entourage movie if they did that.
Yeah.
To make more money off Entourage.
Dude, I saw the Entourage movie in theaters with my mom. She loved the show. Like, I didn't get into it till in college was when I started. And there was really awkward sex scene in that. And my mom's right there. and like you were saying?
No, I was going to say, because I went to go see Superbad with my parents when it first came out. So I know the feeling, man. I remember it very well. He's drawing dicks in his notebook, and I'm looking at my mom sitting right next to me. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's we're watching a classic, Mom.
It is a classic.
It was another. You seen the movie Bull Durham? by any
No,
chance? Oh,
no.
really good movie if you ever get the chance. It's about a minor league baseball player who's just trying to deal with this situation. As it came out late 80s, it was Kevin Costner's in it, Susan Sarandon. So I'm watching that movie like a month ago, and there's a crazy sex scene there. My dad walks in, and like pretty much like, what are you watching? I'm at the point, like at this point, like, Dad, it's just a movie. But he's watching it. He's like, oh, Susan Sarandon. I can't get that voice out of my head.
He went from what do you watch to hey, can I watch with you?
Literally. Oh my God. Dads make you laugh. Dads make you laugh. And you mentioned The Sopranos, though. You excited? You know, there's a Sopranos movie coming out in the fall, right?
Yeah, we've been waiting for a while. We were waiting
Oh
for
yeah.
that.
It's gonna be. You think it's gonna be incredible? It has to be.
I think that I really, really hope that it doesn't like, because there's a lot of people like with the nostalgia of the show
Mhm.
that when they're going to see it, they're going to have their expectations are going to be so high that if there's anything that's just a little bit wrong with it, they might overly like critique it. And I hope that like they just do it just right, where if it doesn't, blow everything out of the water, but it kind of gives everyone a little bit of happiness to see some type of Sopranos something after they got the ending that like they didn't want. You know what I mean? Just kind of like some sort of what's it called? Like just some resolution, man. You know, especially after our boy Gandolfini, bro.
Oh man,
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Rest in peace, our boy.
And his son's gonna be taking the role as a younger Tony.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do for sure.
100%.
I'm excited. I think they're gonna be legendary with it. Nothing but. So, Matt, can I ask you something? Whether it's a movie, whether it's a food, whether it's a way of life, what's some things that people love that you don't get? Like for me, I don't like cheese. I accept Parmesan cheese.
I was gonna
And
say.
I will eat a cheeseburger, but like I can't stand like cheese being around. Like someone telling me be in a cheese shop that I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But people love their cheese. Or the movie Fight Club. Now I like the movie Fight Club, but people are obsessed crazy with it. And I just think it's fine. It's good. But I'm not like, you're not a true movie lover. You don't like Fight Club type.
Well, listen, I would never say you're not a movie lover because I know for a fact that you are definitely a movie lover. The cheese thing, that's something that I don't understand. Listen, I'm lactose intolerant, but I
Okay.
love cheese. I love cheese. Something, I'll be honest, something that kind of weirds me out is iced coffee.
Yeah.
Iced coffee weirds me out. It's supposed to be hot. You know what I mean? But now it's like, and I don't know, I've never had it. And if I probably ever do, it probably will be just fine. It's probably not that weird. But that's something that just kind of I'm like I don't know.
People live off the coffees. Like I'm not a coffee drinker. I think I've maybe had a cup of coffee. Not even. I've had like sips of cups of coffee, like in the rarest times. And I've like tasted iced coffee, but I can't do the coffee. And for some, I guess I'm lucky because I could still operate without it. But I hear what you say with the iced coffee too. And like if I go to a coffee shop like on a date or something, I will get water. I'll get the Fiji waters or like a
Nice little
frappuccino,
Fiji water.
so I'm not totally out of it. But the coffee, I'm just like, meh, meh. I'm also not a big egg guy. I don't really like eggs that much unless I
Oh my
absolutely have
god,
to.
I love eggs, dude. Love eggs.
And I've tried so many times, whether it's my mom's eggs, I know how to cook eggs, ironically, but I don't eat them myself. But that's the one thing sometimes I feel I'm missing out in this world, not being an egg guy.
You gotta have the. I don't know if you've ever seen that video. Like I think it's like 10 ways to cook an egg or something like that. They show you all these different ways how to cook different types of eggs. Like I like scrambled, but I'm an over easy guy. I like to cut it open, put some toast in, eat some toast.
Bazinga.
Yeah. And I've been doing recently. I had to. I'm watching my weight here. I got to watch my weight. So it's only been 2 weeks, so I can't overdo it. I've turned into a vegetarian.
Vegetarian. Talk to me about the
it?
vegetarian lifestyle, man. I'm interested.
It's basically walking around on eggshells, trying to find something that tastes like meat, you know, for me at
Mm.
least, because I love myself some chicken. I love
Oh
myself some steak, but I need to lose weight, and working out and being vegetarian, I think will help me, you know, but it's been real rough, Matt. Let me tell you. Oh my God. Just trying to, like, everyone's like, oh, let's get some Chipotle. It's like,
yeah.
I'll get some Chipotle, just no chicken. Let's go get
Uh
Korean. I work down the block from a bunch of Korean barbecue places,
oh my
which is
God.
so tempting every time. Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Well,
We do what we
first
gotta
off,
do, you know?
what are we gonna do? First, you got my support. I know you're gonna be successful in this club. I can't wait to see this great thing evolve. Even though you're great right now, I can't wait to see this. But yeah, dude, the I couldn't do what you're doing. I like the meat too much. But have you done the impossible meat?
No, I've had, yeah, I've had the impossible, like different versions of like whatever different, green company. I've had, it's like chickpeas is mainly like a thing for like like the different chicken products that I've been eating. That's like not really chicken. Um, and a lot of smoothie bowls recently, which has been
I
just
do love
fantastic.
me solid smoothie bowls.
Oh yeah, it's just been fantastic, and you know, a lot extra Nutella, extra,
Oh,
this and that.
Nutella. That's the one of God's greatest inventions. Well, I guess someone else invented it, but I love Nutella so much. You know, this reminds me. I remember one time we were all out for something at with Theta Chi, and that's where we met at U Heart. I don't know, maybe it was alumni weekend or something. We went to, what was it, the Rocking Horse next to the Russian lady that was
Yeah,
actual
rocking
bar.
horse. Yeah.
I remember we all ate, like, people go, these are bros in college, your burgers, your wings. And then our great buddy, the great Joe Del Rio, goes and orders a Caesar salad. And as I've gotten older these days, like, wow, that's why he looks like he does, all surfing and everything, and why other people look the way they do.
Joe just runs around and just eats his salads, treats his body like a temple, and then shoves a bunch of beer into it.
that that's what's fascinating about that man too, and big fan of the great Joe Del Rio. But yeah, I guess you might. Are you somebody who might be doing that now too? Like you were saying, everyone goes out, gets their nice protein and all the soothing foods, and then you're just also getting a nice soothing meal, but just different, less meaty stuff. Is that
It's
what the
it's
move you have to do now?
Yeah, luckily, that there's a lot of like really good, vegetarian, like vegan type places, where I work.
Hmm.
But the only problem is it's also very expensive
Yeah.
because they know they got you. It's like, you want to eat healthy, you got to pay more money to eat healthy. If you want to eat like crap, here you go, $5, I got you, no problem. But I've been eating pretty well, even if it's like something at, Chipotle, get the cauliflower rice, and just regular stuff. Like, no, nothing too crazy, no extra, this and that. It's been
And
all right.
everything turns into a habit, and I'm sure very heck, if you're already 2 weeks in, or probably in a few weeks, you'll be easy peasy with it.
Yeah. I do want to say I did cheat one day. I did cheat one day because somebody ordered Chick-fil-A to the office, so I had to eat it. So,
uh
thir- so 13 days, not 2 weeks, 13 days.
to be fair, I would have done the same thing. And like, Chick-fil-A is the healthiest option out of all the
Right,
fast food places. That's how I look at
right, and that's a good point, Matt. I think that's the best point you've made all day.
it. And the secret is between, us and the audience.
Right, exactly. Don't tell anybody. Yeah.
One thing though, next to the food, how we love, obviously we're in a fraternity, we loved our beers and our drinks, and I'm sure as we've gotten older, we're getting more mature with it.
Mhm.
Isn't it fascinating, Matt, how we go from Keystones in college to like a nice solid, whether if you want to get cool being the IPA or just more, you know, worth your buck beer. Like, I love
Oh,
Blue
100.
Points, Blue Moons. What Tell me, what would you start with at college and what have you transitioned to now when it comes to beer?
Well, I think the staple for us was the Keystone Light, like you said, and I moved on to the Fisher Island. Um, it's whiskey vodka lemonade, like in a
Whiskey,
can.
vodka, lemonade. All right.
That's fantastic. They sell them in a 4-pack. That's pretty good. It's tasty. Um, Also, I still have it. I drank Jack in college. I still drink Jack now, so I can't get over that. But we actually took a trip down to Tennessee recently
Oh
for
my
a wedding,
goodness.
and they have I think it's called Old Smoky Mountain Moonshine or something like that. So we've been drinking some moonshine too.
Moonshine. How is moonshine? I've never
It's
had it
good.
before. I just hear how risky and dangerous it is. Like you could blow up, you could blow something up if you make it wrong. I've heard.
Yeah, this one is like this is made. The ones that we bought is like a pretty big brand. You'll probably find it in like one of the bigger stores, like a Total Wine or something like that.
I love Total
But
Wine.
they make a bunch of different flavors. There was like a lemon drop, the cherry. Cherry is the most intense. Watermelon, which was all right, a little too sweet for me, but
Mhm.
they're really good mixed. You can mix them really well. But if someone's brewing it in their basement, that's a whole different story. So that could definitely blow up
Careful.
something.
Oh my God. Everything is always an explosion, huh? Whether it's
Yeah,
birds or this, Breaking Bad, rice, everything goes crazy.
we're all
Shoot, here.
exploding just a little bit.
That's how nice we are, baby. We are fireworks.
Hey,
you know, I've been loving Jack too. I've gotten to a point where my taste buds do not have the sour part, like that sour of Jack.
right,
You,
right,
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
exactly.
That's why you have to be a little bit more careful because you could just drink it like Coke at this point.
Yeah, it's Jack, Gentleman Jack, all those. I was actually trying to see if to get into a little bit more like you know, like bourbon kind of like
Yeah.
trying some nice like smoky stuff. I heard that like, if like the older, obviously like the more like the better.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I still got to learn a lot about bourbon and things like that.
That's what I've been trying to too. You know, one of the places I worked in the city, they would have these whiskey nights every Thursday, like every last Thursday of the month. Now they sucked working, and they're supposed to be networking events, but people would just get drunk and forget they would show were there the last night. So it was always a funny sense of irony. But this guy would get like literally, Matt, maybe 3 grand worth of like 3 grand worth of bourbon and whiskey, and they would put them in different offices, like 3 each,
Right.
and they were good, man. It really got me into it, and they said we could drink. It's funny how it literally, Matt, was the same exact process as when we were pledging, and the pledges had to take care of the party. It's funny, but I got paid for it, and I oddly and it reminded me, wow, no matter how high you get, you're all the same. Like I'd
Full
see these
circle.
producers, the CEOs, like fucked up. I remember, Matt, one of the executive producers was passed out in the bathroom. They found her, and like, this woman's a mother, and like, she's not in her 20s. Like she's very accomplished, and I had a lot of respect for her, but she was passed out in the bathroom. I'm like, and on top of just being annoyed for people just throwing stuff at me and trying to just work, it was like, wow, really? Like
She
you
gets
could,
down.
she did get down, and I would see, and you see, like this woman must get paid like $100,000 a year, and she's getting like, like getting held on by her friends, and oh my goodness, and she would drink these Moscow mules. And I just remember, I just see those Moscow mules for the rest of my life. The amount of time she told us to clean them up, to get them ready, so she and her friends would have a good time, man. It does come full circle. It made me laugh, but it oddly got me to be more open to see what other drinks are out there, and you'll still have fun either way.
And that makes me happy that you say that somebody, who like that person who's been working hard and just still finds time to have the best time of her life and get absolutely
Literally.
annihilated. Yeah.
That's why I say I have a lot of respect and admiration for her. She's a very accomplished woman. It just made me laugh, and like, wow, like you said, the more things change, the more they do stay the same.
Yeah. 100%.
Is there an alcohol that you just, I can't do it. I don't get like vodka sodas. I don't know, man, how people get into that stuff. It literally tastes like it tastes like bleach.
For me, I would say um mostly like anything that was a little too like um just sweet in general. Like I just can't. Like what's the one that everyone would get? And what the hell was it? I forget the name of it, but there's this like one that everyone would get when we go to Russian Lady or something like that. But vodka sodas are like iffy for me too. But anything with that, I know you've seen it before. That rainbow bottle of vodka. No, the Stars and Stripes. That one.
The
You
Stars
know
and
what I'm
Stripes, the
talking about?
Smirnoff.
Yeah. Oh my God. Don't get me
Oh
started.
yes.
No, I can't do it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I can't do that one.
Bro, I get the heebie-jeebies. I get one show I've watched. Have you seen Mad Men?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they would drink at work, and they would drink vodka at work and whiskey and bourbon. And I would always recognize the Smirnoffs. Like, wow, we drank that in college. And I briefly worked at a startup, and they would drink, and I'm just like, I would have like a beer like on at 2 o'clock. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't drink at the job. It's just I just couldn't do it. But these people would just do it on the reg and still do. And with the Smirnoff too, how did people drink vodka casually before a big meeting? Like you show up to work tipsy, big meetings, buzz and stuff. How could they do that, man?
Well, let me tell you, because I remember we had to do a lot of presentations at the end of our time at Hartford,
Mhm.
and there was one time where I was like, I am not prepared for this at all. So I took a couple shots beforehand, and it was like nothing mattered. I walked in with absolute confidence and did relatively well. I don't remember exactly if I got like an A or something like that, but that little bit of like liquid courage makes a lot of difference sometimes.
Oh
And
yeah.
at work, if those guys were selling advertisements for Joe Camel cigarettes, you know, I think a little alcohol helps out to make a little bit things come out smoother and
Definitely.
like the execution of what you're saying.
Yeah. That's you when you said it right. The right amount of liquid courage to help
Yeah.
you pull through. And yeah, some people literally have the juice to do it. And it's maybe I don't know. I don't think I'll try it every time soon, but if I could just figure out how to channel that energy, then I'm gonna do it. And lately, I have been like when done interviews now. I think if they have to have me in this position, they want to. They're basically also having me interview them to get this job, and it's made me more comfortable doing that ever since. So I could do
That's
that
awesome,
instead
man.
of taking shots right before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe for now, stay away from the shots. You don't need them right now. I think you're doing all right. And just maybe down the line, if you need a little shot here and there, a little shotty do, then you'll do it then. Now you're good.
Definitely. Definitely. You know what's another crazy thing, Matt, I've heard is people who have been doing microdosing, like how that's a thing,
Oh,
and people doing it at work.
that's out of control. So that's a whole different territory. I don't think I'll even mess with that.
No.
Microdosing. What you talking about, like acid, right? Like just doing a little bit
Yeah,
of
like
this and that.
literally put little tabs of acid and go about their day. It's such a
No, man.
millennial thing I've heard. Or I don't know if that's a
Yeah,
Gen Z.
exactly. I feel like that's definitely true. They're like, it's like it's better than taking ADD pills. I'm like, yeah, but it's like ADD times 1,000. You're tripping
Yeah,
basically.
your mind is literally in another place.
You're fucking seeing stars the words literally floating off the page while you're looking at stuff.
Dude. Yeah, I people just like I said, people are just amazing. Like when I've heard like musicians who like get fucked up before going to a concert and they play the best ever, the Beatles getting high and creating this generational music. Some people just got it, I guess, and tap off to them.
That's true, man. Jimi Hendrix, right on his headband, right? He used to put a little tab of acid on it,
Yeah. Oh
cut open his forehead a little bit.
man, talk
What a
about
baller.
limitless.
That guy's yeah, exactly. Just goes straight to the brain.
You know who's a random baller?
Go.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, Low key, man. That's like the first man to go into North Korea and like make friends with everybody there.
And he's
That's how you
just,
know. That's how you know you're a baller when you can go into a uncharted territory like that.
he's like, yeah, that's my boy and stuff like that. And
It's a legend.
I mean, he got married to himself. I mean, well, he's an NBA Hall of Famer. He's won rings with the Bulls and the Pistons. Like, again, he's somebody I think the most who just got it. And he was literally arguably the best rebounder in the game. And yeah, he could just go go fight in wrestling too the same week of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I wish I was Dennis Rodman. That guy's I'd also be a little bit taller. I think I need couple more inches on my height.
What's great is you're just a great Matt DeMatteo.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Matt, what was the last time you laughed really hard, or a recent time that you just lost it?
It was kind of that's a good question because it's been a while since I've laughed like really, really, really hard.
Yeah, or like a time in your life that you laughed really hard. Like one story I could say. So I had this friend I grew up with. He didn't have a hand. And but you still would not let that bother him.
Right.
So he created this beautiful this what's the word I'm looking for? Like this figurines. He created this art piece. It was for the birth of Jesus. I can't think of what's the name of it? Not mannequin, but for the sake of the word, he created this art piece. You know, it was so good you can honestly put it in a museum. And he said he got an F on it. And I said, why get an F on it? He said, because his dad helped him. And like, I don't know why, because this must have been like a few days before, but he just remembered this age. You know what? Fuck this thing. And with his nub, he just destroys the thing like this. Honestly, he could probably sell for $1,000. And I just lost it on the floor. And the fact that he just destroyed this beautiful piece of artwork that's just stunning. And he got an F on it just because he got a little help. That was one of the hardest times I ever laughed in my life.
I would say probably one of the times that I laughed the hardest was I was living in the fives. And, no, not living in the fives. Sorry, living in the fours. I messed that up. And I was living with like Eli and a couple other guys. And I remember we stayed back one night. Instead
that
of
was
going
a crew
out.
back then.
That was a crazy crew.
The 5 cap guys.
Oh man, those guys were out of control. But they went to the bar and they came back, and apparently they were pepper spraying people at the bar. And my own roommate, Jesse, was going crazy telling the whole story. And he's like, "Yep, they're pepper spraying us and they missed us." And then all of a sudden he just stops. And he's like, "Ah!" And he just starts yelling as hard as he can. The pepper spray was on his scalp. And his sweat rolled it into his eyes, and his eyes started burning. And he took a bowl that you would use for like popcorn, filled it up with ice and water, and just literally on the ground laid his head into the bowl for like 20 minutes. I swear he didn't pull his head up. I don't know how he did it, but he was basically breathing underwater at that point, burning.
Dude, oh my god! You talk about how Jimi Hendrix had the acid rolling down his brain, and this guy got pepper spray. Just talking like regularly.
It was a slow release pepper spray. It got him over time. From him sweating, it just went right into his eyes. Never seen anything like it before.
Oh, did he wake up and he looked like he got his eyes did he have black eyes and everything?
He looked like he smoked a pound of weed. that's what it looked. His eyes were it was so burning. And like the outside of his eyes too, they were so fucked up, man. It was a sight to see, to say the least.
Now that's a story. That beats mine. And man, I mean, getting pepper sprayed at the bar, you've had some day with that.
Yeah, for sure. And then that's gonna mess you up for like a whole rest of your day. You're like, not only did you think that you missed getting pepper sprayed, but he definitely got you, and now you're messed up for the next couple of days. You can't even see.
And then again, you just keep pushing through and live to another day, right?
Oh yeah, you'd hope so.
What were some of the craziest things you ever saw at the bar? Besides people getting pepper sprayed, I guess.
I know,
or
the
any
fights.
celebrities
Oh, celebrities. Who?
or anything like those? Any celebrities at the bar by any chance?
I haven't seen. I don't think I've ever seen any celebrities at the bar. My the main thing at the bar is people just fighting over stupid stuff,
Oh
spilling
yeah.
drinks. I couldn't tell you how many times I got a drink spilled on me. Um, but I don't know, like especially in Hartford, it was just the
Yeah,
same old cruise. It was just the same old cruise all the time.
it's funny how you say that. Like I've seen some stuff at the Harvard bars mostly too, and it's funny. None of the New York, New Jersey, or like where I'm from in Connecticut, never that. But the Hartford bars was always a story after.
A different breed over there.
I think I literally that was the only time I ever stereotypically seen someone literally thrown out the bar, like the Jazz and Fresh Prince. Ah.
By the pants and by the back of the shirt.
Everybody always having a good time, and it's nice to see them coming back now. Of course, be safe most of all, and social and get fully vaccinated so you don't have to socially distance. And it's nice to finally kick and have drinks again, right? And rooftop season.
Rooftops. Shout out to rooftops.
Oh yes, we got to do one in Jersey City or the Hoboken or one of these places soon.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, so I'll like I said, I will be making sure I'm in touch with you for that. Now, Matt, we've been killing almost for an hour and a half, and there's just one last thing I have to do. First, this was really great. I've had a lot of fun with this, and I hope you want to keep doing some more because you're exactly like my favorite type of guest, man. Just stories and engaging, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, dude, it's been awesome. I'm very happy that you asked me. And it was something out of the blue kind of made my day because I've been working like a madman. And then I saw it and I was like, hell yeah, like, let's go.
Hell yeah, bro. This is start of something new. I mean, if you want to come back, please, man, please do.
Of course, whenever, just send me the bat signal or send me the Matt signal, dude.
Yes.
You like that one? You like that one too?
The Massic. Nah, that's the first time I heard that one. I'm gonna borrow that if that's okay.
That's fine. Hey, take it.
All right, but yeah, dude, let's definitely uh continue this, and I mean you'll be perfect for it, and that made my day hearing that you want to keep doing it, and it made my day when you said yes. So I'm so glad we could do this, and we'll continue to do it for sure. But for the first appearance, we usually end the podcast with something called the Prows Questionnaire. And that's just 10 short but deep questions. And after everyone's first appearance will answer this. And with that, let's rock and roll with it. You ready?
I'm ready.
So, what's your favorite word, Matt?
Favorite word is probably hooligan.
Hooligan.
Yeah.
That's a great one, actually. Excuse me. What's your least favorite word?
Trigger. I just feel like it's a weird word.
Trigger.
Like the way that people use it nowadays, I just think it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, one of my most nerve-wracking things when somebody says it to me, don't have trigger finger. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
When I was interning at Sirius XM radio, you have the ads set up, the commercials.
Mhm.
And like one of the few times I messed up, and he's like, don't you trigger figure it and put the commercials too early. And I did like 5 seconds early. Like it was no big deal. I don't think anyone would notice unless you're a hardcore radio person. But
Right.
every time, I know what you mean. Every time you hear the word trigger figure, and that just sets it off. So,
Well, especially for something like that, like they're the people that work in that type of like entertainment industry, like radio, TV.
oh yeah,
They're all crazy about their timing. So I know how nerve wracking that probably was for you to do that, man. That was probably crazy.
oh, I thought I was done. I was ready to write an apology letter and everything, but he said, just don't do it next time. And haven't used it since, but every time that word trigger figure for the rest of my life, I'm always calm with it after he said that. My third question for you. Now, this isn't necessarily a sexual question. If somebody has answered it that way, and that's them. But this is more of a fulfilling and life question. But what turns you on in this world, Matt?
Making sure that I will always be, I don't know how to even put it together. Making sure that I'm always set. you know, if I have to work hard to get to a point where I'll always be okay, you know, that's what makes me, you know, truly, honestly, like really, 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 like makes me happy. If you want to say turns me on, that's what turns me on.
Oh, that's a very wholesome answer. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. What turns you off in this world?
What'd you say?
What turns you off in this world?
Oh, people that are too codependent on others.
Tell me about it.
You gotta be,
Tell
you
me.
know, it's all about self. You know what I mean? Get some
And
help. People need help nowadays, but you help each other, but don't be too codependent. You know what I mean?
absolutely, definitely give a helping hand, pass it on, but don't depend on these people. Be yourself. What sound or noise do you love?
Um, that one like little vibration, like kind of echo noise in the movie.
Oh yeah, with that they call it the fork.
Yeah,
Ding.
exactly. The tuning fork, whatever it is.
I know what you
That one I like.
mean. Yeah. What sound or noise do you hate?
So I work at Enterprise, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes we have to take a razor blade on a window to scratch off lettering.
Oh,
That I'm thinking about it now, and like my jaw is like locking up. Like I'm hearing it in my head, and that's the worst. That's the worst sound. It's like similar to a nails on a chalkboard type thing.
I know what you mean. And shouts to Enterprise. That's where I got my car. That's where I got it.
I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Yes.
Shout out
Seriously.
Enterprise Fort
Big
Lee. What's
fan.
up?
Great monthly payments and no complaints here. Truly.
Kelly Blue Book. Shout out.
What is your favorite curse word?
Probably shit. Probably shit. Because it's always like, oh shit. Like something like quick, oh shit. Or she, like that one, what's his
Yeah,
name? That actor, she.
shit. Or like, man, what this shit sucks. That's my
Yeah.
favorite when you use that. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I want to try and do television. Go back to what I did as an intern. When
Oh,
I was an
hell
intern at
yeah.
Fox 5. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely. And it's never too late, too. You got my support with it.
Yeah, you know, hey, mid 20s, you know, still got some time. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, dude. And if I see any openings, I'll let you know of it.
Give a shout.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. What profession would you not like to do?
um, I don't know. I feel like a zookeeper, because you know you'd be like, oh, I'd love to go see like these animals, but then you also have to go to the other animals that are kind of pieces of shit. You know,
Oh, yeah. The
you gotta
ones
be
that are
careful,
mess around with you and are mean. I know
clean up
what
some
you
shit
mean.
every now and then. You know,
You definitely appreciate those people who help those animals out, but
yeah.
gotta have a special type of patience built differently. And my final question for now is if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'd probably love to be like, bro, you did everything chill. Welcome to heaven. That's
Welcome to
probably
heaven. One of my favorite lines from This Is the End. Welcome to heaven, motherfuckers.
it.
That's gonna be me. Bro, Matt DeMatteo, one of the greatest to ever do it. Thank you so much for coming on. And I love you, man. You are the man. And thank you so much for coming on. And I can't wait to have you come back. And let's definitely hang out in person very soon. I'll be in touch with that. And like I said, I'm always in that neck of the woods. And we'll definitely make some big moves. Tell Shannon I said hello. And best wishes, man. I can't wait to continue this, man. So happy we
Thank you,
got to
Matt.
do
I
this.
appreciate it, man. I really appreciate everything. I'm happy to be on, and I'm happy to be on in the future.
Oh, man. Music to my ears. That's the great Matt DeMatteo. And we'll catch you really soon, Matt. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.